Hello and welcome to JV West Season 6 Round 3 at the Humber Ring. It is going to be time for the British J-Prix, but while pre-qualifying is underway, let's take a look at the upgrades for today's race. We've got a triple turbo upgrade from Scuderia Carmona, an acceleration upgrade from Compass, a speed upgrade from Electric Racing, and no upgrades from Matzer means that the top 4 are 0.1 from each other and top 3 are completely joint according to the Car Performance Index. No upgrades from Toad Racing Systems, the Monkey Racing or Iniciación Roja either. Got a grip and a turbo upgrade from Aston Martin, an acceleration and a double turbo from HRT Lightning, and a speed upgrade from Little Honkers, which sees them have the joint third best speed alongside fellow Canadian outfit Matzer. So we'll have to see, especially how that speed upgrade affects Little Honkers, and just who will come out on top in today's race. It is the Humber Ring. The British J-Prix is returning. I believe we didn't have it last time because we had the Irish J-Prix at Mondello Park instead, but Mondello Park has lost its contract and it was time for a British one. So the Humber Ring, the famous Humber Ring. We'll have to see how the race pans out here. Hopefully all 20 drivers will be able to survive. But that is pre-qualifying now, rounding up. And we'll get into 3 minutes of qualifying. No tire wear, no rain, no collisions, recharging boost every single lap. And we'll have to see how it goes. Let's get into it. Here we are. Let's take a look at the tokens while the drivers complete their first non-representative lap. 1 token being spent by Eric Carmona, 1 token being spent by Texman. The first, those two are the only ones spending 1 token. We've got 4 on the other side. We've got 4 tokens from Edvarditos. Once again, he spent 4 tokens last time around in Circuit de Lebanon and won that race, and he looks set to claim another dominant victory here, judging by the gap he's pulled on second through the first lap. But we've also got a lot of 2 token spenders: Ellie, Vinci, Mr. Crunk, Cloud, Hank Buxley, Shaggins and Nems, all spending 2 tokens here at this circuit. That is 7 2-token spenders and a total of 10 token spenders, but will all 10 be able to finish in the points is the question. Hank currently on provisional pole, but of course he had a bit of an extra space to accelerate, and Edvarditos goes on provisional pole. It is Ellie actually, no, not Edvarditos, it is Ellie who goes on provisional pole. Electric Racing Car recently got a level 3 speed upgrade, and Ellie and Vinci are currently 1st and 4th, spending 2 tokens each. Let's close the tokens screen for now. Let's see, can Edvarditos put it on pole? Surely. He's got the 4 tokens, 2 more than anyone else on the grid. He's got the highest speed, and he only improves to 2nd, and he's dropped down to 4th. Looks like speed isn't all that's important here at the Humber Ring. We've got a 1-2 front row lockout provisionally, with Vinci on provisional pole and Ellie in 2nd, Girouni tokenless in 3rd. That is crazy stuff. Cloud currently going faster than Edvarditos. What lap time would he be able to pull off? It's at 29.02. Edvarditos does not improve. Cloud onto provisional pole. Mr. Crunk ties Ellie for 3rd fastest, but he would be 4th there. Cloud currently with an amazing lap time. He's only spending 2 tokens. Edvarditos spending 4. Should be hoping for just a complete lockout of that first possession, but instead it's completely backfired on him. It's another over 30-second lap time from Edvarditos. It looks like the INR simply does not function too well in the qualifying, but there's always the possibility of a better lap time in the race. But it looks like he's overtaking Cloud now through the first sector, and through the second sector he's increasing that gap. Oh, it's already the end of the lap actually. I guess it just has 2 sectors. Will he be able to improve? No, he will not. Not much improvements at all. It will be Cloud starting from pole position. We'll have the full qualifying results in just a bit. We had an improvement for Minecat to 18th. Let's take a look at the final qualifying results. It is Cloud starting from pole position for Aston Martin. Vinci and Ellie, the electric racing drivers, both spending 2 tokens, start from 2nd and 3rd. Let's put up the tokens and upgrades here to give you a better idea of what's going on. Mr. Crunk will start from 4th. Jiruni, tokenless, starts in 5th, ahead of Edvarditos, who is spending 4 tokens, who will only start from 6th. He will be hoping for a much better performance in the race. Shaggins starts from 7th. That speed upgrade really helping out low honkers here, but it's still only a start from 7th, spending 2 tokens. Hank starts 8th. Eric Hermona spending 1 starts 9th. Freseni, tokenless, starts in 10th position. Let's take a look at the bottom 10 in just a second. Go. Enigma, tokenless, starts from 11th. That's a really nice qualifying for Little Honkers. Not That Guy, tokenless, also good qualifying for HRT Lightning. He starts 12th. Texman the first, spending 1 token, only starts 13th. Nems, spending 2 tokens, only starts 14th. That lack of speed in the Monkey Racing car still showing. It's there. Odd Koopa, tokenless, 15th. Smalls, tokenless, starts 16th. Botty, 17th. Minecat, 18th. Yoa, 19th. And Toad Speed, 20th. So Cloud on pole position. Edvarditos down in 6th. Surely we'll have to see if he's able to just get up there to the top positions and fight for them. It's time for the Humber Ring. It's time for the British J-Prix. Let's get straight into the race. Here we go. Cloud from the start, but he started on the hard, so has Ellie. Edvarditos as well. It's Vinci on the softs, but he's been forced into the gravel here. Cloud with a good start. Mr. Crunk putting some pressure on Ellie, but for now it's very uniform, except for Zenny is making his way up there. No, Shaggins gets back past him. Got Edvarditos on the back of Jiruni. Mr. Crunk up into 3rd. Edvarditos on the inside of Jiruni. Looks for a move. Now on the outside. Manages to squeeze through into 5th. Makes a mistake, however. No, still in 5th. 5th position secured. Vinci into the leader race. Mr. Crunk up in 2nd. That hard tire start. Making sure they know about it. Edvarditos is up into 4th. Looking around the outside of Cloud. And he makes it up to 3rd position. Mr. Crunk has run away from Vinci. Edvarditos on the back of him, trying to squeeze through the inside. Doesn't have the traction and stays behind Vinci, but it's only the 2nd lap, and Edvarditos is up to the podium positions. Ellie gets past Freseni, who's also had a great start. He's up in 6th position at the current moment. Ellie gets past Cloud for 4th. Freseni gets past Cloud for 5th. Cloud starting on the hards was a terrible mistake for him, as Shaggins now gets past him. Mr. Crunk, Vinci, Edvarditos, Freseni up into 4th. Ellie, Shaggins, Cloud. Enigma, tokenless, is up in 8th and gets past Cloud as well, and Hank is also looking to try and overtake Cloud. It's been a terrible start for him. Jiruni in 10th, fighting Smalls, who's beating his teammate, spending 2 less tokens, spending no tokens. Edvarditos still stuck in 3rd. Vinci and Mr. Crunk just having the time of their lives, and then Edvarditos, who's spending 4 tokens and has 6 speed, is not enough when he's driving on those hard tires. In fact, Freseni is outperforming him right now. He's looking to try and overtake Edvarditos here. Edvarditos spending 4, Freseni absolutely tokenless, but they're neck and neck. 3rd and 4th, Ellie in 5th. Then we have Enigma spending 2 less tokens, but Shaggins, the tokenless drivers, are completely dominating here at the Humber Ring. They're beating their teammates. Enigma past Ellie for 5th position. Shaggins also past Ellie. Freseni's unable to get past Edvarditos. Then we have Cloud in 8th, has recovered. Hank in 9th, but he's got pressure from Smalls on those soft tires, and Smalls gets through into 9th position. Minecat, amazing race from him. In one of the worst cars on the grid. He's currently in 11th, fighting 4 points despite spending no tokens whatsoever. Texman the first struggling, he's down in 12th. Ari Carmona also struggling, down in 14th, spending 1 token is simply not very good most of the time. Nems, however, just having an awful start in those hearts, spending 2 tokens. Mr. Crunk fighting Vinci for the lead. He stays on it here, and this is allowing Edvarditos to catch them closer and closer to them, and Vinci down the inside, but Mr. Crunk's got that traction round the outside, and he's still in first. The soft tires now getting really, really worn here. Bumps Vinci into the wall. Edvarditos has caught up to them. Vinci holding him down for second. Mr. Crunk still in a race lead. Edvarditos has joined the fray, but Crunk is holding on to first possession. Vinci holding on to second. They won't let Edvarditos go for it. There he goes, boosts down the inside. Edvarditos is through into second, and suddenly Mr. Crunk has not only lost the race lead, he's dropped down to third possession as Vinci takes first. Mr. Crunk back into second. It's fair to say that Edvarditos is still in a good position here. He's on those hard tires. He'll be able to stay out for longer than the soft tire runners that he's caught up to now. In fact, I think they'll be into the pits shortly. Vinci into the pits, Mr. Crunk into the pits. Edvarditos inherits the race lead. Shaggins promoted up to second. For Zenny's also in the pits. Cloud promoted all the way up to what may be... Oh my god, promoted up to 4th position here. But Mr. Crunk, bumped into the wall. Cloud looking for third, looking to try and overtake Vinci, who's out on fresh mediums. But looks like Cloud Hards have gotten used to the track now, and he gets through into third position. Edvarditos out in the race lead. Shaggins into the pits now off of those worn out mediums. Ellie gets through into 5th position. Hank gets through into 6th on very worn out mediums, though he exits out just ahead of Shaggins. Very hard to tell if that pit lane is short or if it's long. Texman the first is up in 10th now. He's in the final points position. Nems up into 12th. Cloud's gotten past into second. That's because Ellie's into the pits now. So is Hank. They've both pitted off their old tires. Ellie will exit down in 9th. What position is this? Yes, down in 9th. And Hank exits down in 10th. That's not as much a loss for him as it is for Ellie. Edvarditos into the pits now. Where will he exit? Mr. Crunk was 4.65 seconds behind him when Edvarditos entered the pits. Now Mr. Crunk exits. He is... See... Oh my god, he is 2.66 seconds ahead. So it's about 6-7 seconds. That pit lane. Edvarditos exits behind Vinci even. It's not set in stone just yet. Mr. Crunk currently in a race lead by nearly 3 seconds. Vinci holding off Edvarditos. Cloud currently running in 4th position on those softs. For Zenny 5th, Ellie 6th. Shaggins 7th. Enigma 8th. Hank 9th, and Texman the first on very worn out hards, still holding on to 10th. Of course, those Compass Automobile Experience cars have amazing grip. They have level 7 grip, and so with same with the Monkey Racing cars who have level 6. Hence, Nems staying out in 11th on those hard tires. They're simply not feeling the effects as hard. But Nems is, however, struggling to keep 11th to Minecat, who overtakes on the outside. Well, so we got Edvarditos has gotten past Vinci. He's now about 2 seconds behind Mr. Crunk, and Vinci is the same distance behind him. Got Ellie and Shaggins fighting for 6th position. Shaggins deploys the boost on one of the back straights, gets past into 6th position, very close to Freseni ahead as well. got Hank also closing down on Enigma. Enigma's into the pits. Hank promoted up into 8th position. Edvertitos is now just under a second behind Mr. Crunk. He is catching him rapidly. There's only an Alt Koopa standing in their way, and now he's not standing in their way either. Edvertitos really running quickly on those mediums and boosts down the inside and authoritatively claims his position in the race lead. Cloud currently the fastest lap at 29.33. Edvertitos looks to have been forced out into the wall, maybe by Alt Koopa, I'm not sure, but Mr. Crunk has reclaimed the lead and Edvertitos once again has to catch and overtake him. But he is focusing on that right now. He's got more boost saved up, he's got fresher tires, and once again, through the final straight, he overtakes on the inside, no boost needed this time, and he's back into the race lead. Texman the first holding down on 10th. Nems has now pitted off of the hards onto a set of soft tires. Texman the first has pitted onto another set of hard tires, still holding down that final points position. Very interesting. It will be very interesting to see what he can do with this strategy of prioritizing the hard tires. He could go for a 2-stopper if he's smart. Mr. Crunk and Vinci both into the pits. Mr. Crunk exits out just ahead of Cloud. And Vinci exits out in 5th behind Freseni, Shaggins, Hank, Ellie, all into the pits as well. This allowed Texman the first to get on the back of them, but not overtake any of them. Edvertitos now has really extended his lead, 6.4 seconds, as Mr. Crunk had to pit for medium tires. It'll be a few laps before Edvertitos has to pit off his medium tires, as he's pitted much later than Mr. Crunk. Oh, a little bit of an incident there between Freseni, Vinci and Smalls. Vinci behind Freseni on very fresh medium tires. Freseni is on very worn medium tires, but running in 3rd currently tokenless in that INR is very, very much a very good, very big achievement. When compared to Edvertitos, he's not missing out on too many more points, but he's now into the pits. We'll see where he comes out. Vinci promoted up to 3rd, Cloud promoted up to 4th position, Shaggins maybe promoted up to 5th, but Freseni's got that inside line. No, Shaggins still promoted up to 5th. Freseni comes out in 6th position. Edvertitos finishes lap 20 now. Then we have Mr. Crunk with the fastest lap as well, 29.03. He's taken it from Cloud. Vinci up in 3rd position. Then Cloud, and it's big gaps between all three of them here of 4 seconds or more, but it's only 2.2 seconds from Shaggins to Cloud, and Freseni is under a second behind Shaggins. Ellie 3 seconds behind Freseni. Hank half a second behind Ellie. A second behind them is Enigma, and 2 seconds behind them is Texman the first, who's now about 7 seconds ahead of Yoa in 11th. So Texman the first looking to be that point where the top 10 separates. Aria Cremona, the only one outside of the top 10 to be spending tokens, spending just one, replaced in the top 10 by Freseni, who's currently running in 6. That INR is just different. Edvertitos is into the pits now, and Mr. Crunk was just about 4 seconds behind him here. So Mr. Crunk, even though he has to pit much earlier than Edvertitos, he's still definitely in this race, especially if rain comes out. When Mr. Crunk is ahead, he's going to have a very good advantage with that being with the pit strategies being reset if rain were to come. And he's got his teammate Yoa lap down, looking to try and slow down Edvertitos a bit there. We're however going to have some very not very realistic for a venue such as Humber Ring in the United Kingdom, where of course it often rains. Mr. Crunk now's got Edvertitos very close behind him. It's about 0.39 seconds behind. Just looking to hold on to first for as long as possible. Slow down Edvertitos, make him struggle on those fresh mediums. No, Edvarditos without much difficulty on the outside, on the inside, and Edvarditos is through into the lead of the race. Will he set the fastest lap? No, no, he will not even close. I thought that was a bit faster than it ended up being. Here's Vinci up in third at current moment. Cloud is into the pits, which promotes Shaggins up to fourth. He's gone on another set of soft tires. Maybe I think these will last him until the end of the race as Freseni goes and overtakes him at the pit exit. But Cloud is there looking to overtake as soon as he can. We've got Mr. Crunk into the pits, finishing off with 6 laps of soft tires. Edvarditos will be finishing the race on that medium compound, which means Edvarditos has got not much worrying to do. He is 8.5 seconds ahead of Mr. Crunk. Vinci onto fresh softs, Shaggins onto fresh softs, and Cloud completes that undercut on Shaggins. Freseni's out onto fresh softs as well. Enigma onto fresh softs. Texman the first onto fresh softs as well. It's going to be a crazy drag race here. Got Shaggins, for example, very close to Cloud for 4th position. 1.3 seconds. Also got to monitor those fastest lap. Freseni sets his personal fastest lap at 29.72. Edvarditos set at 29.97. Vinci set at 29.35, which I saw earlier was his personal best of the race. Mr. Crunk only a 30.50, but he doesn't have to worry about much. He's basically solidified 2nd place for himself. Shaggins was at 29.82. Enigma's pretty much solidified in 9th. So let's take a look down the grid. Edvarditos set to win this race and win a 3rd race for INR in a row. 2nd for him, for Zenny having won the opener. Mr. Crunk with a new fast lap, 29 flat. What a lap from Mr. Crunk. Set to finish in 2nd, Vinci in 3rd. But Shaggins now puts the pressure on Cloud. Shaggins overtakes on the inside, and there is so many lapped cars here, and the lap traffic has caused Cloud to lose Shaggins in this crowd, lose Shaggins nearly completely. He's still got 3 cars between him and her. She's up into 4th position. Cloud struggling in 5th. Hank has passed Ellie for 6th, but it might not last all the way to the end. Ellie now overtakes back on the final straight and through turn 1. Ellie is back into 6th position, but now Hank on this straight gets through into 6th position. Freseni is running in 8th, not too far behind both of them. He's on fresh softs. They're both on worn hards, so he's got that opportunity. Edvarditos is now on the final lap of the race. Got Texman the first, rounding off the top 10. Edvarditos is on the final straight now. A lap behind him, his teammate Edvarditos wins the British J-Prix. 2nd victory in a row for him. Mr. Crunk comes home in 2nd position. What a performance for Matzer. They are looking much better this season. Vinci finishes in 3rd. Shaggins finishes in 4th. Cloud beaten finishes in 5th. Ellie beats Hank to 6th position, and Freseni was unable to catch up to them. He finishes in 8th. It will be Enigma taking home an extra 2 tokenless points. He finishes 9th. Texman the first finishes 10th, and I realized I said earlier that Ari Cremona was the only one outside of the top 10 spending tokens, but there was also Nems. Unfortunately for Nems, finished only in 15th as Jeruni crosses the line in 11th. Yoa finishes in 12th. Minecart close behind in 13th. Ari Cremona in 14th. Nems in 15th. Smalls in 16th. Then it'll be Toadspeed in 17th. Odd Koopa probably in 18th. Botti in 19th. And Not That Guy in 20th. That was the British J-Prix at the Humber Ring. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll just take a peek at the results at the end. And that will be all pretty much. I believe next week is our transit holiday. Let me double check that real quick. Yes, it'll be a transit break 1 week next week, so no JV West race next week. So the first 3 races all won by INR, but a great performance from Mr. Crunk as well. If you take a look at the tokens here, finishes in second with the fastest lap. That's 19 points from 2 well-spent tokens. Not a guy in Journeyman FVR rejects, both outside of the top 10. Not spending any tokens, of course, neither of them, but they would hope for some tokenless performances. Only tokenless performances we saw tonight were for Zenny finishing in 8th and Enigma finishing in 9th position. We'll see you next week then. See you then.